Welcome to Manifest. That is the name of this podcast. My name is Alexander. Um, this is a video on starting over, answering your soul's calling, the hero's journey, some challenges you might face about that, and what does that look like. So, that is today's topic. Let's get right into it. So, the hero's journey starts off with being called. You have a nudge, an urge to do something. Initially, in the whole hero's journey, at first you might reject this calling. So you might have had this urge or nudge to do something for a while, and you might have put it to the side and ignored it. That's normally what happens. The calling does get stronger, especially if this is a soul contract or something that is divinely led. So eventually, at some point in time, you will get the urge or the calling again, and you will step into that. So that's kind of the process. It could be anything. For me, since I am a kahuna, which is in Hawaiian culture, that is a shaman. Um, my family uh, is a bloodline that has spiritual gifts and healers. So it kind of just made sense that I was a part of that as well. Um, as a young child, I always liked helping people. Um, I'm an empath, so I'm sensitive to energy. I can also see spirits. So um, I've always been very knowledgeable on how people feel and emotionally intelligent. That's why a lot of people come to me and we have deep conversations, even as a child, like I said. I always liked helping people with their problems or just helping them overcome obstacles they may be facing currently. I've noticed throughout my journey that people connect with me easily, whether that's through a trauma bond or they just feel really comforted or safe with me. They open up to me, and we talk. We share stories of the past, maybe some things that we've gone through, and we connect in deep ways that maybe they have not been able to connect with others on the same level. So I say all that to come to the calling of being a leader, being a role model, and helping others. So how am I doing this currently? So currently, my career path is motivational speaker, um, life coach, but I've also on the healer side of things, I'm also a massage therapist and a personal trainer. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I've always felt the urge to help people. So that's the path that I feel like I've been called to. Massage therapy came in when I was a young child because I played sports. A part of playing sports is you get hurt and you have to take care of your body. So that's where that came in. Also, with the personal trainer, same thing. You have to prepare yourself for the activities that you're going to be doing, especially if it's competitive. So it's kind of the whole realm of healing, taking care of yourself. Also, on the mental aspect as well, with the life coach. A lot of the obstacles I've faced in my life, I have learned different ways to cope. So I aim to help others, like I said, with the obstacles they may be facing. Uh, so yeah, that's my calling and that's my career path. So starting over, I had a lot of different jobs from a young age. Um, I always wanted to do something with solar energy. A part of my culture is we take care of the environment and we are one with um, the gods and also Mother Earth and Father Sky. So I feel like being a shaman in Hawaiian culture, that's kind of part of it. I'm giving back to people, helping them, and I can manipulate energy to affect the weather. That's another way I can help with uh, not necessarily solar energy, but the environment, to be conscious of my personal impact, but also the impact of humanity on the earth and the planet that we live on. So it's always been a focus of mine to share with others how they can lessen the environmental impact they have, or just be more cohesive with Mother Earth and Father Sky. So currently, right now, I've chosen to take a leap of faith and go more into life coach, personal trainer, massage therapy as a career path. I've done some of these things before, and that has worked for me, and I felt really fulfilled. So that's the thing about the purpose, like your purpose. It'll give you a fulfilling um, feeling. It's not necessarily about the money. I found that money kind of just came with it, but I got more of the fulfilling energy when I was helping others, and they felt grateful for the help that I was giving them. So it was an equal exchange of energy. So they gave me money. But for me, it is not about the money. It is about me sharing my story and using my God-given gifts to help others. That's what I really enjoy doing. So, like I said, I'm going in that direction in terms of a career path. So that might be very scary, especially if this is your first time kind of being an entrepreneur and stepping out, doing something different, like being your own boss. Uh, you don't really know what's going to happen, especially in terms of advertising, clients. Is it going to work? It's kind of a roller coaster, especially emotion wise. It can be stressful, it can be uh, fulfilling. There's kind of the range, like the whole, uh, there's really high highs and then there's really low lows. So you have to anticipate that going into this. Um, but for me, it's more of a faith thing. As I said, it's taking a leap of faith, trusting in God that I will be provided for, um, and knowing that I'm fulfilling my purpose. I am doing what I'm being called to do. So I trust in God's plan that everything will work out. And I feel this way because I'm being led by my intuition to do certain things. And as I do certain things with my intuition, um, uh, everything has worked out the way I wanted it to. And also, not necessarily the way I wanted it to, but that was best for my highest good. Um, like I said, there was really high highs and then really low lows, but that was more in the sense of life in general. So, um, yeah, I just am really grateful for the life path I've been given. It's been a long journey, a very unique journey. I don't think a lot of people would be able to resonate with everything I've gone through. I mean, there's been some things for sure that people can uh, relate to. So I'm grateful for that. But being that I have spiritual gifts, so I'm a kahuna, but I'm also telepathic, and a lot of people would call me a psychic, although I don't really identify with that. Well, yeah, I have spiritual gifts that have made my journey very unique. I've been around the world and I've only I'm the only person I know that is telepathic. Uh, so it's a very unique journey. It can be isolating. That's another thing as well. With the entrepreneurial, especially when you're first starting out, it can be very isolating because you're doing something that is out of the ordinary. A lot of people, they have a 9 to 5 job and they feel secure in that, which is fine. Uh, but they might not really be doing what is fulfilling them. Uh, and that's kind of the trap of the system that we live in currently. Today's society is feeling comfortable, feeling safe, instead of going with God's plan and fulfilling your purpose. So I think it helps if you have a higher power, like the universe, God. It doesn't have to be those. Those are kind of just titles. But you believe in something higher than yourself. That's a state of consciousness, a mindset that will help because you feel like you are serving humanity in some way. You're fulfilling some type of purpose that was given to you. I think it makes it a lot easier if you have spiritual gifts, like I said, psychic, shaman, or telepathic. Even could just be intuitive, but it makes it a lot easier. Um, I think when you're get a little bit older after you've ascended. So I feel like people ascend when they're 33. That's after their Saturn's return. Saturn's return is kind of like around 27 to 29, 30. So your 30s, that's when you ascend and you are supposed to step more into your purpose, be more secure with yourself, who you are as a person, and your identity, where you see yourself going. You have a better idea of what that looks like for you. So I know for me, in my journey, around that time, that's when I got divorced with my wife. We were together for 11 years. I have sons, so that was a change for me. During that time, it was like COVID-19, so I was very isolated. I wasn't with my family. I was living on my own in a new environment, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be alone. I just felt like that's what I was intuitively guided to do, and that's what I needed. So, um, yeah, that helped me a lot throughout that process. It allowed me to go through like a hermit mode where I was by myself. I got to see what energy I was holding, some energies that were being projected onto me by others, maybe even mindsets. I got to see and grow more into myself. Some people might say that I found myself. I guess you could call it that, but I've more solidified in who I am. Uh, let's see what else. So yeah, starting over. I mean, I guess you could say it is a midlife crisis. I probably would have said that could have been like the divorce as well too, and then being with the whole COVID and things like that. That could have been a midlife crisis to like a pre midlife crisis for me. I learned a lot throughout that process, especially about myself and the relationships I had and how I show up in those relationships. Um, so like I said, around when you ascend, so that's 33. That's when you more should be stepping into your purpose and you see more of your journey unfolding for you. Um, but yeah, so the hero's journey, I know for me, throughout that process, a lot of people came into my life at certain times, especially when I needed them. I needed to learn certain lessons or I needed to see things a certain way. I was even being blessed as well. So it's just being open to receive in many different ways. That was the overall objective of that. So I'm very grateful for the people who showed up in my life, especially at certain times that they did. So I'm very appreciative of that. Let's see. That's pretty much it. What does that look like? For everyone, it's going to be different. Like I said, everyone's journey is different. You might have similarities, and of course, there's going to be differences, but it helps to have some type of faith. Uh, and then for me, it was also the cultural background, my cultural background, knowing uh, who I am and what I bring to the table. So yeah, uh, that's where a lot of things can get skewed as well too. Is uh, people, they don't really resonate with their culture. So especially me, like being a shaman, I know now in society that might be looked at as a little mystical or maybe even crazy for some people, but that's what my culture believes, and I fully step into that still to this day. Um, so that can create cognitive dissonance with people because um, they uh, might feel like they won't really fit in with people or they won't be understood. Uh, I know for me, that's not really the case because I'm around my own people, but when I was on my own and I was around different cultures and different people, it was a little different because not everybody understood. So I had to explain to them, like, okay, this is my culture, this is what I believe, and just stand firm on the things I believe. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I know other people, they might have difficulty with that. So that might be one of the challenges is standing firm on what you believe, even in the face of adversity, which is the true test. Um, how do you react when it's just you and you're facing challenges, whereas you might be targeted from a group and you might be the only one? So that goes back to the faith. Do you have faith that there is a purpose for this? There's a reason for this. Everything is going to play out how it's supposed to. Uh, yeah. But that's pretty much it for the video. Um, so in the description box, there should be information to my Facebook. I will post a link of this video to my Facebook, and then I will also like, subscribe, and share. Trying to grow this channel, this podcast. I have a tarot channel which is Kahuna Tarot. That should be in the description box as well. Uh, I published 3 books which are out for sale, digital copies. It's all around $20, so a reasonable price. And on my Facebook, there is a link to my website. So if you're interested in any of the services I offer, go over there, check out the website, let me know. You can message me on the website or any of my socials, even over here on this podcast. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I look forward to seeing you on other videos and be on the lookout for new content. I'll see you later.